I'm very excited because we're going to be talking about my favorite subject and what I love the most, and that's food. When I talk about food and when I see food, I get very excited, as you can see. We have an amazing guy in the studio with us. He's a chef and he's also the CEO and founder of Pinch of West Africa. He's going to tell us what this is all about in a minute. But before I introduce him, please follow us on YouTube, subscribe so that you can get updates of all our shows. Also hit that like button on Facebook as you're watching now. Hit that like button so that you can get updates. Omega Live is powered by Omega House, and Omega House is a multimedia company that provides all your multimedia needs: flyers, posters, booklets, business cards, letterheads, folders, anything multimedia, video coverage, most importantly, of parties, you know, your funerals, all that kind of stuff, events as well. Omega House is the one to contact. They are on West Green Road in North London, N15. Their number is 0208 520 3359. That is Omega House. So yes, you're watching Omega Live TV. And as I said, we have a chef in the studio today. His name is Richard Annan-Baidoo.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
I pronounced it right. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thanks
I'm
for
so
having
happy.
me.
I'm happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Like I said, I'm excited to hear about, you know, everything you're doing and, you know, the food.
Yeah, exciting food. We all love food. You know?
Yes, we do.
Food.
So Pinch of West Africa, you know, how did you come up with the concept and what is it all about?
Pinch of West Africa, from the beginning, it was all about branding for me. It was about identifying what I love about food and what I wanted to put out there.
Okay.
It was important for me to see where African food, West African food was going and how I can contribute to that. So the name is also a template I use. So when I post, usually when I post, I look at the elements in it. So my food has to have the pinch and it has to have West African. Every time I post something, all my content has to have elements of that in it. So basically the pinch is my influences.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Chinese food, Lebanese, Caribbean food.
Okay.
It's that the pinch can be anything, and it can be very subtle. It can be, let's say, coriander in soup, light soup. Different,
oh wow!
Yeah, different.
Is that how you're going on?
Coriander
in soup.
Yeah. You know,
I can't stand coriander.
Listen, but you have to try it. It will work for you. Trust me.
Really?
Yeah. You have to try something.
Coriander in light soup.
So it could be subtle like that. It could be rosemary. Yeah, in our meat stew. It's different. You know, it can be very subtle. And the West Africa, I didn't want to limit the brand in terms of what it could do.
Okay.
So yes, my bringing Ghanaian food, yes, but West Africa we use the same ingredient, literally. Like the style of cooking is different. From other countries within the continent, but in the ingredients is literally the same. So it was about me learning as well. So
yes.
To grow, it's all about growth, whatever I do.
Yes.
So that's where the West Africa. I didn't want to limit
yourself to.
So that's it. So every time I cook, I put content out there. I'm looking for the pinch.
Okay.
And the West Africa. What makes it West African? West Africa is the core.
Yes.
The pinch could be detailed. Just.
I understand.
Yeah. So that's where the name came up. It took a while. I mean, it took me weeks to come up with that name.
What other names did you have?
Pinch of Ghana. Can't quite remember, but Pinch of Ghana stood out to me.
Yes.
And I didn't. That's when I was like, okay, nah, it's not quite. You know what I mean? Let me try and broaden it about. And Africa was too big. I didn't have the knowledge of all the African countries, and I didn't have knowledge about the food, so that goes into the pinch. So Africa in general goes in the pinch still, because I can pinch Angolan spices somewhere, I can pinch South African, so that still goes into the pinch. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So you do supper clubs,
Yeah.
and you know, before we talk about the supper clubs,
Yeah.
why didn't you start a restaurant? Because owning a restaurant in the
Right.
UK that makes African food is quite lucrative. It's a
Yeah.
lucrative business, and you would have made the coins,
Right.
you know,
Right.
like so
Yeah, it's true.
quickly.
And
So
food. Good question. Food is a hobby to me. It was a hobby to me. It was a hobby to me. It wasn't something that I saw it being like this now. So supper clubs was sort of what I was used to. Trust me, I've had so much parties over the years, and friends come over and barbecue. We just chill out, and this was where it started. So, and there's a lot of friendship was made through that networking.
yes.
So the supper club is not a restaurant; it's a really informal way of dining. Informal dining. So I wanted to start that way because I was comfortable in that, and also it's about the food, always about the food. But
yes.
listen, there's nothing better than having a good conversation over food and
That's
networking,
true.
and it's
And a glass of
amazing.
wine.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's it. That's why I chose that route. And my supper clubs, what I try to do quizzes, just
Yes.
just knowledge around food. Just you never know what's coming.
Okay.
So if you come to my event,
Yes.
you have to be ready. You know what I mean. There will be quizzes. I try to engage by having African games there, so like Owari and things like that. So it's really engaging. I love seeing people eat.
Okay.
Talk about it. For me, I always stand back. I look at what's happening, and I'm like, okay, what's up? People really enjoy. They laughing.
Yeah.
I miss that. I wish I'm in it, but it's so fulfilling to see. So yeah. So that's the reason behind supper clubs and pop-ups.
Yeah.
But restaurants, the overheads of a restaurant,
Yeah.
listen, is crazy. I feel like food is going a different way now. We're taking food to people now.
Yes.
Literally, I mean, we're taking food because of
Yes.
social media and the way the internet is going. We're actually taking food
Yes,
to
that's
people,
true.
and it's great. I can pop up in Ghana one day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's my home.
It cuts
I
a
can
lot of
pop up
costs.
anywhere. I can go literally anywhere, Australia somewhere, and
Yeah, you
introduce
can.
that. So,
Yeah.
you know, that way of me starting, you never know. Eventually, restaurant never rule anything out. It could happen,
Yeah.
but
For now,
this is
yeah.
where I wanted to start.
This is how you want to brand
This
yourself.
is where I wanted to start.
So you've had how many events so far, and
I've had two events. I started, say it's been a year and a half, and I've had two events.
okay.
My last one being last year. For me, it was the experience, you know.
Yes.
It was experience for me to even do the one.
Yes.
And trust me, you have to love what you do.
Yes, you
because
do.
my first one, I was like, Rich, what you get yourself into? This is
It's not easy. It's not easy running events, is
It's a
it?
different ball game.
very-
Cooking your friends saying,
yeah.
oh, you're amazing cooking and that. And actually, just the pressure of just cooking for people and
Yes.
and what comes with it. So I went home, was like, wow, I think I lost like a stone within 2 days, like just organizing, because there's so much goes into it. You know what I mean? So you don't really realize that, you know, but there's so much goes into it. I really ask myself a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Is that really what you want to do? This is you know, but when you love something, you know what I mean? Although it was difficult, I enjoyed it, so I had fun. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I wanted more. It's like, you know, and it's about quality for me.
Yes.
You know, I've only done 2 events, but it's about quality. What I can put out, how I can improve. The direction I'm going on. I have to make it how I saw it. That the vision I have, I want to make it like that. So in between the 2 events, I've had parties, I had weddings and stuff like that. But it's about getting on it now and starting again for this year.
So you do catering in between? Like
Yeah. I've had
for.
Yeah. I've done parties and weddings for the same lady. Actually, you know, when people taste your food and they love it, they keep coming and coming.
Back,
She's actually a caterer.
Okay, wow.
But she gets me to do certain things that people loved. You know, so she usually comes to me when she's doing events. She comes to me now, and I do what I do, and you know. Yeah.
So I guess what most people are, you know, wondering as they're watching is like, okay, a guy like you, you don't look like someone who's, you know, a cook or a chef or, you know, into food, making food, you know. So how did it all start? Like, at what age did you discover that, you know, I love cooking? Or...
Right, story of my life. No one, it was like, what, this guy, you sure?
Yeah.
I started young, 12, 13. My mum, it's like we were going to cook. Like when I came to England, this is what it is. It's about discipline. Here it's different. You have to look after yourself. And she was ready to listen. And another thing I saw, look, you don't want any woman bluffing you with food.
Wow.
She said this way, it's like, you have to eat and enjoy what, you know, what your heart desires.
Yes.
Food is important.
Yeah.
So we were always, like me and my brother, my older brother, from straight when we became 12-year-old, like, you're going to learn how to cook. And that was the process. I mean, I didn't say I enjoyed it in the beginning.
Yeah, because I was going to say, how did she get you to concentrate? Because I can't even get my son to fry an egg.
Yeah, no,
like stand in the kitchen to cook.
Nah, we really wanted to help our mum because she had her own business. She was always working.
Okay.
So that's the least we could do to learn how to cook and cook for her. So that was easy. That was easy. But I didn't enjoy it in the beginning because I wasn't getting things right.
Oh, okay,
and my mum, I mean, when we was kids, she wasn't too strict. That was bad. She would encourage you. She would encourage you to, it was bad, but next time, listen, you had a bit of this, or don't put salt in it, like at this stage. She would try and give you advice on how to do it. And that was it really. She started that. So from a very early age, I've been cooking.
Okay. If you've just joined us, we're here in the studio with Richard Annan-Baidoo. He is a cook and he's a chef. He doesn't like to be called that, but he's a chef. He's actually a chef. Yeah. And he's the CEO and founder of Pinch of West Africa, which is big. It's going to be big. Just remember that you heard about Pinch of West Africa on Gold Diggers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Because I believe in you. I know you're going to be big.
Thank you.
So yeah, you started when you were young, cooking, you know, at home.
Right.
But, you know, you started cooking when you were young, so you was testing and trying, and but you must have got to a stage where someone said, Richard, you can cook, man. Like, so when did it get to that stage where someone told you, like, you know what, Richard, your cooking's really good? It
was just friends, you know. Initially, like, I'm very private, like literally for this sort, I'm extremely private. It wasn't something I talk about unless you're close to me, you know. You're a close friend of mine, you wouldn't really know. It's not something I talked about. But my friends would tell me, oh, they'll eat it. It's like, Rich, you sure you make this, Rich? So, you know? You sure you made this? I was like, yeah. Can you show me? And it was like, they don't believe it. Where's mom? Where's mom? You know, and then they'll ask my mom, did you really make it? And it's like, yeah. So those sort of reactions, and as time goes on, my mom was actually asking me for recipes. Wow. When my mom asked me for a recipe, listen,
then you was like, okay,
you've done well, you know, because she's, you know, she lets you know if it's bad, she'll tell you. If she's good, you know, so she's very, you know, she's got an opinion about food. So when those little things start happening, I was like, okay, maybe I got something. Maybe I got something, yeah.
So did you ever get negative, you know? Negative.
Not directly,
feedback.
but
not even negative feedback, but like, did people ever say to you, like, a man's not supposed to cook? Because you know how it is as Ghanaians and stuff like that. Yeah,
and subconsciously, to be honest with that, subconsciously, that's probably why I never really showed I can cook or really come. It's not something that I saw growing up. You know what I mean? It sounds crazy, but it's not something I was proud to boast about, like I cook. It's just, and that's something that was missing. When I came here, and I saw a lot of male cooking, but I never, you know, I never wanted to cook. I never wanted to be that, you know, because they don't encourage that in our community, especially in Ghana. It's like, you know, men, you go out there and work, and the ladies
stay home
and cook. And that was just the perception that me growing up. So it's not something that subconsciously, I think that's probably what has held me back so long in terms of like just going for it and trying the food. So I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they do say a woman's place is in the kitchen.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
So how's it like now? Like, you know, being a father, a husband. I mean, is the cooking at home, is the responsibility shared, or do you do most of the cooking, or? It
is shared. There's some food that I don't want to cook. I want it to be good for me. It's crazy as that.
What foods are those?
When usually, like, you know, your soups and like Mainly, you know, my favorite food is palm nut soup and rice balls with beans and all the trimmings and that. That we call it abenkwan. Abenkwan. It's
Yes,
a typical
abenkwan.
fancy boy. I like digging in there, and yeah. So that when I want that, you listen, my mom or wife, you have to make that for me. I'm very like, just hook me up. I can do it too, but no, I do it. But it's nice to enjoy your favorite food when it's cooked for you. I think. Yeah.
So obviously now you've branched out. You know, you're letting people know that, you know, you're a chef. You're doing the supper clubs and the pop-ups. Do you feel like now, you know, society, especially within the African society, that it's more accepted now for men to cook and, you know, cook for their wives or just cook in general? Because like you said before, it's not, it wasn't like that for you when you were growing up in Ghana.
It's more, it's a bit more accepted now, but I think it's still got a long way to go, in my opinion. I mean, I'll tell you something. I did a course last month.
Okay.
It's a security course. Most of the guys there were from African diaspora, right? And we had to introduce ourselves, literally, like just brief introduction, your name, what you do, introduce myself, say that I cook. You know what I mean? This is my thing. You get this reaction, it's like heads turning, it's like a few giggles, it's like this guy's covering up a story because he doesn't want to say what he does. What he really does. So that was like, you can feel in the room. And then when we had the break, when we had the lunch break, you know, we had a discussion about it. And I was like, listen, I actually, good guys, nice guys, I actually do this. I actually
this is
cook,
what you do.
you know. And this is the story of my life, literally every time. I actually cook.
Yes.
So I show them my pages and what I do. And,
and
they're like, oh, okay.
Wow.
It's like, is that what you do that yourself? I say, yeah, that's me. And then it's like, okay, you know, so you get that like, all the time. Yeah.
So do you feel like your transition, how was the transition? Let's go back to the beginning, from living in Ghana, moving to here, because we did have a discussion before that, you know, when you came to this country, you wasn't really happy. So do you feel that's what drove you into the kitchen instead of being out there, being a normal boy? But you did say you played football, right?
Yeah, I did. I played football young, coming here was a culture shock, like, literally. First of all, me and my brother thought we were coming here for 2 weeks. It wasn't like, we just coming to visit our mum, which we were excited about. Come for holidays, first time on the plane. Yes. With my dad, certain times, we get here, the cold hit you. Like, what the hell is this? Like, it's cold, it's freezing, you know? I did not like that. We get here and it's like, okay, my dad is going back. He's like, you guys are not coming. I'm like, what? It's like, I don't really like this country. It's cold. The houses are small. Like it's like a box room. And I was, you know, when I used to say that to people, like, but you're coming from Africa. Listen, like I was privileged as a kid. You know what I mean? I had everything. Had a big house, cars driving to school. I never even walked. Now I have to get a train, get a bus. You know what I mean? It's like it was totally a culture shock. Okay. You get the students talking back to the teachers, shouting. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It's like foreign to me. So I didn't really enjoy it in the initial stages. But football definitely helped because I got into football. And you make friends. You go around. You play games. You make friends with the opponent as well because you come across the opponents when you're in town and stuff like that. So you sort of build friendship. Yes. That way. So the football really helped me. During that time. So I love England now. I love England now. My teenage and adulthood has been in England. So, listen.
Okay.
England is go good. Yeah.
So what did you study? And has anything you studied had any influence on what you're doing now?
Right. So after school, I stayed sixth form at Woodbridge High School. Okay. So after I went to school, secondary school at Woodbridge High School, and after that sixth form, I did business studies, and then I went on to college to do leisure and tourism, just leisure. I just wanted leisure, the leisure. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, and I knew football was going to be in there somewhere. So at that time, I just wanted to enjoy what I do. Yeah.
Okay.
So leisure and tourism, just
Yes.
you know, something I wanted to do. So
Okay.
I got into that for 2 years, and then uni. I went to East London University to study IT, which I did not want to do. I just wanted to get out there and work. My mom was like, "Listen, you are going to uni.
You have to go to uni.
You have to. You know what I mean? You have to go to uni."
That's
so
normal, isn't it?
normal. Went to uni, did IT. At the time, IT was a thing. It's like the future. Like, you know, it's happening. You know,
Yes.
it was already at a good level anyway. So it was naturally I'm going to do IT. I haven't used my degree. I really did really well doing that course actually, and it wasn't about the course, you know. And this is what I'm grateful about. It wasn't about the course. It was about I grew up there. I grew up. It was about meeting, networking, different cultures.
Yes.
Like I grew up at uni. You know what I mean?
Does change you.
It does change you.
Yeah.
That's why I enjoyed more than the actual course and studying.
Yes,
to be honest,
all that stuff. Yeah. So is that where you met your wife at uni?
No.
I'm being nosy now.
No, you can't. No,
I'm being nosy.
listen, it's sort of a high school sweetheart, like young. I've been in a relationship forever. Since I was 17, 18.
Wow.
Yeah, like.
So you guys have been together that long?
Yeah.
So what did she think about your cooking? Like when you... She must have loved it. She must have thought, wow, I got a guy cooking for me.
Listen, you go ahead and step her game up. You have to step up, you know.
Yeah.
But she can cook. She gets it down. Yeah,
I'm sure she can.
Yeah,
she has
she
to,
can throw it down. Listen, the arguments we have in the kitchen. It's like, no. Yeah, she can do it.
And what about the children? What do they think about daddy cooking? And...
Like, my kids love food.
Okay.
And kids are so honest, you know that.
Yeah, they are.
When we go out, we eat around, they literally compare. Dad, listen, you got to be a competition there. You know, that food was nice. And if it's not, it's like, listen, Dad, don't worry. Yours is way nicer. They love food. Okay. My son wants to get into it. He wants to learn how to cook. He's 11, going to be 12. So that's about the right age I started. So, I'm going to show him the ropes. Okay. If that's what he wants to do. Yeah, the kids love food. It's good.
So, like, what celebrity chefs have influenced you? Or, who inspires you? Who inspired you, like, when you started cooking, or even now?
Well, before, when I was younger, it was Ainsley Harriott. Because he's the veteran,
listen,
isn't he? That guy. I don't know if you remember Ready, Steady, Cook.
Yes.
Ready, Steady, Cook. So, I think it was like 20 minutes you have to cook. And I'm like, how are they cooking in 20 minutes? Something different is like, how am I going to cook African food in 20 minutes? Like, that's, it's like, that's hard work, you know what I mean? And I remember he had so much energy.
Yes.
And he would come like Caribbean vibe, he would dance, and he stood up I really used to like enjoying just to see him. I could relate to him a bit. Who inspires me now? Listen, my mom. Wow. Listen, single mother, business. I saw her doing hair from home. When we came here, she was doing hair from home, her own business, you know what I mean? Done so well. You know, the shop is just growing, and what I've learned from her really is you have to love it.
Yes.
But what I've learned most is how you treat people.
Yes, that's very important.
It's how you treat people, and that's, you know, I have to give her props. She's done amazing. Yeah, so my mom inspires me, and with the food side, there's a lot. With social media, how I use it is people that inspire me, and people. There's so many musicians, presenters like yourself. You know what I mean? Like people that are doing people. Anyone that is doing something that I can see the strive. I can see the vision. I love
just
seeing
inspires
it. Like, you. With the food, if you go on there, you're
answering all the questions that I want to ask you.
Okay,
you're making my job easier.
Okay, go,
but it's okay. We're having a conversation. It's cool.
Yeah. So, no, actually, I don't know if you come across it.
Yeah, she's amazing. I was gonna ask you about like people on social media. You know, the ones on social media that have influenced you or that inspire you. So, you know, you're mentioning that.
It's a lot. The first person, actually, I was doing a research for the family living in the salon.
Okay.
This was 2017, I would say.
2017.
Yeah, we realized that like a generation we could provide a certain service that we weren't getting out there. That's the salon, the family business. So I was just nosing about doing a research.
Oh, this is how you started. This is when you decided to take your cooking
this is
seriously.
Seriously, I saw Kes Cravings. I think she's based in America. Ghana. I think she's American, but she goes up and down. And
I think she's Ghanaian, but I think based in America. Yeah.
Right. And I saw what she was putting out there, and I was like, wow, that's the first time I was like, okay, how do I do something like that? Like, I have to think about different techniques of cooking our food and how I can put it out there. Straight away, I thought, okay, let me try something. So she was really the first, I would say, when I go on social media by accident, but no, not social media, Instagram, by accident. And this is when I really drove me to like really push myself.
Because it's not so much the cooking, it's the presentation. Yeah, because I think I cook great, to be honest, but it's the presentation. It's hard to get the... And how do you deal with the presentation? Is that does that come naturally for you? Or?
No, that's really hard for me because I never did. Because these people I've seen, I mean, the ideas is wow. And the thing is, for African food, it's like we don't want to try it. It's like it has to be like this. We don't really want to explore.
Yes.
So when I saw these guys really like. They're just taking it to the next level. It wasn't easy for me, but it made me think more deeply about how I present my food and how I put it out there. And that still needs work. I'm a work in progress. I'm working all the time. I want to improve. I want to be like these guys,
You're doing well.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Because that's how I found you. I mean, I saw your page. I was like, what's this? Like, this food looks amazing. Who's this person? Because you wasn't showing any pictures of yourself. It's just the food. So I was like, oh, this looks interesting. I wonder who that is. And then one day, you were just like, boom, you put a picture. And I was like, wow, okay. So that's the guy making all the food.
Right.
Amazing. So what's your favorite Ghanaian dish? You're from Ghana. I didn't mention that, but obviously your surname, makes it obvious. What tribe?
I'm Fanti.
You're Fanti?
Yeah, from Abanzi, Cape Coast, Abanzi.
Is that where you grew up?
Yeah, well, till I was 12,
Okay.
That's where I was born, Cape Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was I asking you actually? I just came off track. Yeah, so you're from Cape Coast, and what I was asking you, I don't know why I asked where you're from, but what I was supposed to ask you is what's your favourite Ghanaian dish and why?
Yeah, no, I think I mentioned it. Abengo, called Abengo. Yeah.
But you said you don't like to prepare it.
Right.
You said you like your wife or your mum. But what do you like preparing for others?
I like making stews. Because stews, I just love it because I can sort of add more flavors. I like experimenting. I try things. So I love making stews.
Okay.
Like our meat stew, chicken stew, spinach.
Yes.
I just like making stews and trying to make it different or trying to improve it all the time.
Okay.
That's really my thing, stews, and not even just Ghanaian. I love making even like carrigo. I love making carrigo as well.
Okay.
So
I think we have some pictures of your dishes, that are gonna come up on the screen.
Okay.
This guy he makes lovely food. Like when I look at his page, I just like, sometimes you're just there and you want to eat the food and all that stuff. So his food is amazing. So you've told us about, Yes, he's showing the pictures. You're showing them. So the pictures are coming up. You'll see the pictures.
Okay, cool.
You'll see Richard's lovely dishes. So we've spoken about, you coming from Ghana and when you first fell in love with cooking.
Yeah.
And also, when you decided to start this Pinch of West Africa. You've told us about why it's called Pinch of West Africa. And... you're currently, how can I say, you're in your element right now. I'm trying. You're in your element, and you've had a few events. So, what's next for Pinch of West Africa? I mean, where do you want to take this brand?
Oh, short term, I actually got an event coming up next month, 27th.
Okay, let everyone know about that.
Yeah, 27th of April. That's within the next week, I'll be putting more out. So you have to
Yes.
follow the socials and
all that stuff,
and keep up the short term. You know, it's consistency. Now.
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah, I just want to keep the Supper Club pop-ups going consistently, to start off with. It's not just going to be Supper Club and pop-ups. I believe, like, you know, the market is such a core market.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to the market, little areas, this is where the food lovers are. You know what I mean? The real food lovers. They like trying market food. So I would love to sort of go through that side as well.
Okay.
I've got an idea for summer. I can't say too much.
Okay.
It's great. It's going to be unique.
Okay.
More intimate. I'm going to be involved a lot more. It's going to be a smaller crowd. I can't say too much. It's a surprise. But
Make sure you invite me.
Yeah, no, you're there already.
I'll be there anyway.
Yeah, you'll be there.
I'll invite myself.
You're there.
I'll invite myself.
So that short term, that's what I'm working towards. Long term, Ghana's destination. I would love to do something in Ghana.
Okay, before we go to Ghana, if you've just tuned in or you haven't been watching and you've just come, we've been talking to Richard Annan-Baidoo. He's a chef, CEO of Pinch of West Africa, and he makes the most amazing dishes you could ever think of, and that's why he's on my show. So yes, Richard, Ghana.
Yeah, and collaborations.
That's it.
Collaborations is important.
Collaborations is key.
Yeah, I'm learning all the time. I want to learn more. So I've had chances to do it. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. So that is the other stage I need to do. Collab more with people and learn from each other. So I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Ghana is somewhere I definitely want to pop up, do a Supper Club there somewhere because
you need to. Because I don't even know if there's a man doing what you're doing in Ghana. I mean, there might be, but you need to go back and represent. You know,
listen,
do a pop-up club and
I have to. You know,
Supper
Ghana.
Club.
Nah, that would be nice. I love Ghana. Like, listen.
Because the thing is, I'm sure there's a lot of men in Ghana that cook, and obviously there's loads, you know, that have restaurants and stuff. But it's all about the branding and the way you've created this brand. You know, you really need to go back and
I have to go back to the roots.
You have to.
And there's more for me to learn there. I've been in Ghana for a while, so I'm all about learning and improving.
So what seasoning can't you live without? Like, what is your must-have in your kitchen?
You know what?
That you use in everything.
You know what it is? It's simple. I don't use any MSG, so Maggi cube and all of that.
You don't use?
No. You're cooking
really?
No, I don't. There's so many ways to get flavor in your food.
Okay, tell me, please, because
I'm giving everything away. But I'll give something away.
Just a little bit, just because I really want to know how to cook without using all these
fresh produce. Like where you buy your stuff from is so important. Like flavors, just natural flavors like ginger, garlic, like how you use them. Can take. People think, oh, you have to use Maggi all the time. Like you're cooking for. The aim is to sort of cook for the public.
Yes.
And MSG people, people got issues with that. So you have to. There was ways of getting flavors before that. So you have to create your own natural flavors. And this is what I'm saying. Like
you're the chef, you got the time. I got time.
Like the ginger and garlic and how you do and how you blend them. You will get your ultimate taste. I promise you, it works. Wow. You know. So so I'm giving something away. I mean, a lot of people do that anyway. A lot of people don't put MSG in their food, but they get the flavors. You know, your stocks. You make your own stock. You know what I mean? If it's meat, beef stock, get your meat, get some bones in there. You know what I mean?
Wow,
boil it, get some flavor in there, chicken. Just make your stock. That's it. That makes big difference. Make your own stock.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I do it. That's how I do it.
Okay, interesting. I don't know if I could do that all the time, but you know. So going back to Ghana, you know, in the Ghana, not even Ghanaian community, but what Ghanaian? I mean, who's your role model in terms of Ghanaian? Because you said
Ghanaian, it's hard for me to,
like forget about food, just in general. Like let's go back to culture.
Yeah,
you know, like
I've got a lot of role models in my life that are not celebrities.
Okay,
but if I have to go there with celebrities,
it could be anybody.
You know, I love music, right? All genres, but the African music is the mainstream. Like, you know how far we come? It's in the mainstream now. And people like Sarkodie, people like Sarkodie and using hip hop and just what he's saying, he's inspiring people, and I love all of that. You know, R2B is another I like them as well. Who else? Who else?
So you're basically it's the music.
Yeah, I love.
It's the music.
Yeah, Sarkodie stands out because the music's come far.
You need to cook for Sarkodie.
Yeah, see, Sarkodie, come on.
Maybe I can make that happen. You never know.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Something like that. You know what I mean? They've done well. Dapper, Michael Dapper.
Oh.
I like him because for a comedian, right?
Yeah.
To it's different. What he did, he just shifted everything. I mean, he's made a song, hit record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Passing jokes, enjoying himself, and look at him now. It's like people like that, and they for the youth. I'm all for the youth, man. They're the future. So it's like anyone that's doing things like that inspire me, big time. So. Yeah, and I know Funny Face is someone I like as well. That's why I like him. He's a comedian. But listen, the kids, he's acting, he's doing his comedy, and he's helping the little kids. And the kids are happy. You know what I mean? When they see him, and it's like, it's good to see. You know, people like that, you know, I like what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So apart from cooking, I mean, what does Richard get up to? Just apart from cooking and food.
Yeah.
Being a food dad, my mum used to call me that.
That's easy. Family. Like me.
What other hobbies do you have? Like
I do. Well, football. I'm still. And on Fridays, I actually help a friend. Young Ballers Football Club. It's for kids from 7, 8 onwards, and it's for boys and girls. And I do help out with him sometimes. It's in Leighton.
Okay.
I do help him out. I love taking part and just helping these kids out. So I enjoy sports. I've always have football, basketball. When I get time, I love doing that. But if you're looking for me, you find my kids, I'll be there. I'm really family, so
okay.
I'm just
Okay.
That's my time. And when I have the spare time, that's what you know me.
Okay. That's good. So we've spoken about everything. We've covered, you know, most things, and it's been lovely having you here. But before we go, I want to do a little quiz with you and find out what you think.
Quizzes.
The characteristics of a good chef is. So, you know, what attributes do you have that make you a good chef?
I think you have to be unique. You have.
I've got some stuff here.
You got some stuff here.
Oh, Richard bought us food. Wow.
Yeah, okay, of course. I have to look after you guys. I couldn't come
empty-handed. Richard actually bought us food. He bought food to the studio.
Yeah, maybe we can.
We're gonna look at some. Yeah, if you can grab that. What's that? You can speak us through.
Yeah,
your food.
I made some jollof.
Wow.
With some wings here. This is where the Oriental.
God, I'm gonna eat today.
This is where the Oriental comes in. You know the.
So this is the pinch of whatever.
The wings. Yeah. This is.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
And this is my gosh.
We can go vegan as well, you know.
My gosh.
Plantain, not plantain. we
I'm
can get in trouble with this one, you know.
There's
plantain.
More.
Yeah, we've got some plantain.
There's more food.
Plantain with beans.
What's wow.
And this is so.
Okay, so what's this? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, today I'm gonna chop.
This is for vegan, so.
This is lovely. Thank you so much.
Hello, friends. Now go here.
Wow, look at his food.
This is
there's some spring rolls.
Spring rolls. Yeah,
there's
it's really nice. This okra spring rolls is different.
What's inside? Okra.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okra, but
that's gonna be nice. I can't wait to taste that.
Yeah, so,
hey.
Yeah, I couldn't come empty-handed. I have to look after my sister. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, you have to
Thank you so much.
And
this is amazing. So going back to the quality, well, this is quality. This is one of the qualities, you know. So going back to the qualities of what a good chef should, the attributes, you know, that a chef should have.
I hope I'm good at this quiz.
No, it's not a quiz. I'm just asking you, like, what do you think a good chef, you know, what attributes should a good chef have? Because I have a list here. I just want to see if you say any of them, and then I'll let you know what I've got.
I haven't said unique yet? Unique?
Yes, you said unique.
It's not here?
Well, no, it's not. But
well-rounded?
Kind of.
Say the question again.
What attributes do you think a chef should have? Like, what qualities?
No, about taste. Taste good. You have to have good taste.
Okay, I'll go through them. So,
I'm very different, so.
Organizational skills, which is...
Oh, okay, you're going on the other side of it. Yeah, you have to be organized, you have to be punctual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And willing to accept criticism. Like, how do you feel when someone tells... Like, when someone says, okay, maybe...
I should say that, because that is one of my fears. That's probably another one why I didn't really want to get out there. Mm-hmm. I want everybody to love my food, and that's crazy. Like, people got different tastes.
Yes.
Right? People got different tastes, and what they like, what you like, someone might not like.
That's true.
This is what I find really hard to deal with. When I'm cooking for people, I want everybody to love it. So, in my supper clubs, like, I can see people enjoy the food they eat, but if I see a plate that is half, it's not eating, I'm like, listen, you know,
yes,
it gets to you, but this is something that I've been told you just have to get out of your head. Yeah. Most people enjoyed it, yeah? Mm-hmm. People have different reasons. Mm-hmm. Sometimes maybe they ate before they came, for whatever reason, maybe they're having something going on there. I don't know, it could be any other number of reasons. So yeah, criticism is, and it happens, not everybody's going to love your food. This is something I'm learning to deal with. Okay. Yeah.
So where can people find you? You know, let everybody know where they can find you on social media and...
Okay. If you go Google Pinch of West Africa, you'll find me everywhere. If that doesn't work, pinchofwestafrica.co.uk, I'm there. Pinch of West Africa for Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Snap as well.
Oh, you're on Snap?
Yeah, Twitter I'm on there as well. Twitter and Snap, I'm struggling. Anyone that's good at that, just can take over for me if you want. I mean,
he needs a social media
I'm struggling with
manager.
That one. I'm struggling with that one. But Instagram, I mainly post through Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, because the visuals.
Yeah, the visuals, you have to. You have to do that, yeah.
Well, it's been lovely talking to you. You know, thank you for the food.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, just thank you for coming and, you know, just so that everyone out there can just know about your brand and what you're doing. It's so important.
Thank you for having me. You know,
and you are a gold digger. You know, you've achieved certain goals and you're still digging. Yeah, you know, I'm still digging. Soon you're going to be big time celebrity chef.
No, you predicted it.
And everyone's gonna like say, I saw her, I saw him on that show. So that's the aim, you know, and that's why I invited you here, because I love what you're doing. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Give me the platform. So thank you. I mean, you guys for tuning in. If you have just tuned in, we're about to end. You can follow us on Omega Live TV on YouTube and on Facebook. You can still share this with, you know, anyone you think would be interested in what Richard's doing. Thank you so much for watching. Before we end, I'd just like to say a big thank you to my makeup artist. She's called Azam I Beauty Artistry. You can find her on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. She's out there and she's doing a really good job. She's really supporting me. I just want to say a big thank you to her. So yeah, we're back next week Monday, 8 p.m. Gold Diggers, you know, we're here, so tune in. But for now, good evening and goodbye.